So tonight was rather interesting for me. First time I've ever gone to some sort of political event, and it was the Trump event here in Vegas. And I got to tell you, it was supremely energetic, to say the least.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. It was my first time as well. Everyone was cool, respectful. It kind of sucked that they didn't have any beer though, but I get it.
They didn't want people getting too wild, I guess. So they said no alcohol.
Yeah.
And
go streaking or something. Secret Service got to tackle your naked ass.
right, something, it would have been something. So
Yeah.
But no, I liked it. I would have taken more videos there, which I'm hoping the ones you got on your phone would work better. I'm gonna try and put some of the ones he got on his phone on there because GoPro, it sucks ass and you can't zoom in. And even though we had the special guest pass for the seating, it filled up. So I don't know why they would give more guest passes out than they had seating for that downstairs area, for that lower ground area. But that would have been like perfect to get the views from. So note to self, if you ever go to a political event and you have like the floor seating and it's not assigned to you, get there early because you're going to lose that shit.
Definitely get there early because we got there, what, an hour before he came out to speak?
So we got there at 5. It started at 4, but Trump the doors opened. The doors opened at 1.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that are probably seasoned at doing this, and they were like
call-ins today. That's what happened.
And they were like, "Fuck that shit! I'm gonna go to this event."
Getting there early, and the parking lot opened at 7:30, which I thought was a weird thing for them to put in the email. Did you see that?
12:30.
No, it said 7:30.
I saw 12:30, so I don't know. Maybe it was I don't know. I didn't see the one you saw then.
Yeah.
The one I saw said it's the parking lot opened at 12:30, doors open at 1, but the show didn't start until 4.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of time gap. That's a lot of time to sit there and not have alcohol too. That's something else. We got to fix that, guys.
Yeah.
I
would just be bored out of my mind sitting there but I guess. I mean, if you're a people person, then it works out because then you could go out and mingle, right? People talk,
right?
Network.
They did have a good amount of guest speakers. Tua Tagovailoa's dad was there.
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard obviously was there. She was on the main headline there. Ramaswamy, Vivek, he was there.
I was disappointed though. Charlie didn't talk.
He talked a little bit, but that was just to introduce Tulsi.
He just came out and introduced her, and then that was it.
Well, I mean, again, who knows if he opened up as well.
Yeah.
We missed that part because there was some sort of group that I don't know who the hell they are that they were the ones that were supposed to open the show as well. Misvedal was there. Gina Serrano was there. Yeah. So it was a good amount of people that spoke. Sam Brown was there. So that way maybe we could get rid of Jackie Rosen's sorry ass.
Yeah, out there. To the guillotine.
To the guillotine. Can we fire that bitch?
Yeah, man. It was dope though. I liked it. I was a little disappointed we didn't get our seats, but next time, I guess.
Yeah, it would have, like I said, it would have definitely made for some better camera footage. I mean, I came prepared. I went with 3 batteries, a 400 gigabyte fucking memory card. I had the GoPro with the light attachment and an extra mic attachment, so it sounded a little clearer. I was hopeful, man, for it to be like a good spot.
Did better.
Yeah, and his iPhone did better because he got to zoom in, and for some reason, GoPro you can't zoom in and record. Yeah, that's action cameras for you. They're action cameras. I mean,
it's more like a body cam almost.
Yeah, so
it's supposed to be just on your person's right there with you.
Shit, I would have been better off taking one of these cameras probably because you could zoom in with these ones.
You could have put it on the motion so when they.
But I would be more worried about getting one of these jacked up and beat up.
Like I was kind of irritated with some people that was walking in front on the aisle in front of us. Like you see me recording, and then all of a sudden, like towards the end, those people that came in and sat down in front of us,
right?
Then towards the end, they just all stood up and they were just kind of like shuffling, kind of confused. Like,
where do we go? Where do we go? What do we do?
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I had to stand up to put my phone over them, and then they ended up leaving. And I'm like, you see me recording, you just gonna stand up and stand right in the way? Like, get your ass out the way. Shit.
Overall, it was a good time. I didn't know what to expect. Being first time I've gone to one of these rallies. Some people, they love going to them though, and I can kind of see why. You know, some of these guys are entertaining when they get up there and speak, and then some of them are really, really good at getting people riled up and getting people into it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Vivek was one. That other gentleman too.
Vivek did so good that Mark Rubio.
Yeah, he riled him
Yeah.
up too. He did good.
Which he's a local Cuban politician as well. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. But no, Vivek did so good that Trump even brought him back up for another couple minutes and stuff.
But he gave him a little deadline. You got 2 minutes.
It's like, can you come up here for another 2 minutes? Can you keep it under 2 minutes? He's like, man, this guy's got a mouthpiece. He's like a fucking machine gun.
Right. And he was throwing some jokes out there too, man. A little sense of humor. I liked it.
Yeah,
Funny.
if anyone that says Trump is like not sharp anymore because of his age and stuff, those are the same people that try to lie to us and say that there was nothing fucking wrong with Biden for the last 2.5 years.
Exactly.
So I don't want to hear it from y'all
Bullshit.
because Trump was out there still sharp as ever, quick with his jokes.
I didn't really listen to Danica.
She was there, but Danica Patrick was there. She didn't go up on stage though, unless she did before we got there. But I think it was just giving her a shout out because she's probably helping out in some way or
She went up
fashion.
on stage.
When? Because we didn't see her on stage.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Who's Danica? She's the racer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
she
the
went
red
up on-
dress.
She went up on stage.
When?
She was like the first one when we got there. First or second one. She went up on stage.
Were
and
we
talked.
trying to find a seat when she was up there then? Because I missed that altogether.
I think we had just got up to our seat.
Oh, well then
when she was
then I missed
talking.
that. I wasn't paying attention to
Yeah.
that. That's why you didn't hear her then, motherfucker.
That's what I said. I didn't really get to hear her.
Okay, so we didn't see
Yeah.
her on stage.
I seen her on stage. I just didn't hear her on stage.
This
It's a fucking difference.
This motherfucker.
Shut up,
You
man.
shut up.
You trying to tell me what my eyes seen?
You shut the
That don't even make sense. Where about your fucking eyes? Nah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but that was cool. She was there. Yeah, man. Shit was tight.
Well, we're not gonna get up here and sit here and try to convince everybody to vote for Trump. There's at this point, by the time you guys watch this, there will be 11 days left till voting.
But I will tell you this.
That's cool. Cut me off again. That's
If you
cool.
didn't vote, shut the fuck up. Don't even say nothing to me. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear complaints. I don't want to hear anything.
Thanks for basically taking the words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
I was gonna
knew
say,
you was gonna say it.
just make sure you get to the polls and vote. Do your part. Because like Lamont was saying, if you didn't go and vote and the person you didn't want to win you didn't vote for, or the person you wanted to win, you didn't go and vote for them and they end up losing, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, keep it to yourself. Everybody has a choice. Everybody has the options. They make it even easier now for people to vote because you could do the mail-in ballots. So
Yep, they got early voting right now. It's open till the 1st.
I was even able to drop my vote off my mail-in ballot. They were accepting it there, and then they do this, which I thought's pretty cool. They'll give you a card, which I don't know if I can zoom in. I think the camera froze again.
Did it?
I think so.
You better unfroze, bitch.
But it unfroze for this. So you can actually track. I don't know if that's something they've been doing or if that's new, but you can actually track where your mail-in ballot goes because they scan it everywhere it goes.
Mhm.
So that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna keep track of that. I'm gonna let y'all know how that
That's
works.
dangerous. That's dangerous.
Why? Because we'll know.
Because then the left will know where all the ballots go. And then where the final destination is, they're going to go and attack it, set it on fire, something.
Yeah,
It's
burn the
not
building
good.
down. They don't know what I voted for.
It has to be G14 classified, man.
They don't know what I
can't-
voted for.
I know, but they'll just burn the whole building. Knowing them, they'll just burn it all down.
It's too close of a race. We can't take our chances.
Just burn it all.
Molotov.
But our families are in there.
You'll build
Collateral
a new one.
damage.
You could build a new one. No, but yeah. So
This is wild.
it was a good time. We had fun. They should have had alcohol. But And again, the seating thing, I'd say that's the only big
I think it was
complaint.
a good call for them not to have alcohol. But yeah, the seating. My issue with the seating is that they made it seem so like VIP. And the fact that they sent us emails saying we were upgraded to this, and then we get there and then we had to go out and go over there to that tent, and you had to give them our name, and then they give us our special cool little badges just for us to go in there and be like, yeah, it was first come first serve,
And it's full.
it's already full. But you know what? I bet a lot of motherfuckers went down there and didn't even have this. Probably they probably just went down there and they probably was just like, all right, fuck
I don't know. I kind of looked in and I saw everybody with it.
Motherfucker probably slipped the guards $50 or
And
something.
I think we all could have probably found seats, but we wouldn't have been sitting together.
Yeah.
There was 5 of us. There was a group of 5 of us that went. We went with a couple of his friends.
Yeah. We'll put the picture in there.
Yeah, and yeah. So obviously we're gonna try and find a spot where all of us could sit by each other. And there was like 2 here, 2 here. So I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, we probably could have all still found a spot, even though he said it was full. But we wouldn't have been kicking it with each other. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, next time though. Next time we know to be there camping out night before.
Yep. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, again, voting day is coming up. So make sure whether you are for Trump or for Harris, you get out there and you do your part and you place your vote. Make your voice count.
Yes.
As always, subscribe, share, and show you care.
No taxes, especially in Vegas. No taxes on tips. Well, let me tell you, President Trump will give us all these things and more. President Trump will protect our country and our freedom. He will also bring common sense back to the Department of Education. He's going to give parents a say before, and he's still fighting for us today. So we the people, we must vote for Donald Trump so he can get back the America that we love and value we stand for. The America that is safe again. Together, we will make America strong again, prosperous again, and yes, we will make America great again. So, in closing, I'd like to leave you all with my favorite scripture. It's 1 Corinthians 2, verse 9. And it says, no eyes have seen, nor ears have heard, no mind will imagine what God has for those who loves him. And Mr. Donald J. Trump is a man that's after God's heart. So don't forget to go out there and vote. And I want you to buckle up and get ready for the ride, because Donald J. Trump will be our 47th president. So thank you. Thank you for having me today. And let's keep the spirit of Aloha alive as we move forward together. God bless you all, and God bless the great United States of America.
I didn't know any better. I say there's some folks in here who want to win. has to thank God for the breath in these lungs and the life I still have. I also want to come before you tonight as the husband of Amy Brown. She's right down here. How many wives, moms, grandmas do we have out here today that are ready to fight for their country? All right, look, we're 12 days out from a historic win when President Trump is going to win Nevada, will win the Senate race, will retire Jackie Rosen, and will make America great again. Now, I know no one out here has seen any of the ads in the Senate race the last couple of months, right? Maybe some of you have. Let me tell you about the other side of Senator Jackie Rosen. The side of Jackie Rosen, whose wealth has gone up 61%, while most of us are still trying to figure out how to pay for our rent, put food on the table. Let me tell you about Senator Rosen, whose neighborhood is more secure than our southern border, with fences, gates, and security guards. The good news is that Senator Rosen, who's violated the Stock Act, who tells us she wants to ban members of Congress being able to buy and sell individual stocks, and has seen her net worth increase and holds hundreds of thousands of dollars of big pharma stock, she will be retired in 12 more days. You know, just 4 years ago, I was a volunteer for Donald J. Trump and worked rallies just like this. Thank you to the volunteers out there. Thank you to the people who knocked on doors. Thank you to the people who made phone calls. Thank you to the people who harvested ballots. Thank you for the people who've been working at the polls. You will win. We need President Donald J. Trump back in the White House so bad. We have got to secure our southern border. We have got to confront the cartel. We have got to stop murderers and terrorists from coming into our country. And President Trump will secure the border and put America first again. And I humbly stand before you as your nominee for Republican to defeat Jackie Rosen in these next 12 days. And we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much, Las Vegas. Thank you for backing up President Trump. Thank you for backing me up. He's winning. It'll be my win. It'll be your win. Let me leave you with this. A lesson I learned 16 years ago on the battlefield of Afghanistan. As I was burning to death, it literally came to a place where I gave up the will to live. God sent me a miracle in the form of one of my soldiers who screamed out these important words: "Sir, I've got you." Those words gave me a spark of hope, but it wasn't the words that saved my life. It was the action of him and others who came to my rescue and smothered those flames and gave me the hope to be able to continue to fight together. And so I leave you with this, Nevada. I've got you. Nevada, I've got you.
Without X, we truly would not know the truth of what is happening around the world, and would have to rely on the corrupt media. The corrupt media, Donald Trump bent over his knee and broke their back, exposing them for who they truly work for. Worldwide, they are targeting Elon Musk and X to silence and control him over freedom of speech. That's something we pay our American governments to do. Why would a government who is busy manipulating the system and filling their pockets ever respond to the people's voice, which the people's voice has become the Republican Party? The Democrats have suffered no accountability. I will tell you my personal belief: a vote for Kamala Harris is no other than a vote for a shadow government and greedy corporations who will walk over our dead bodies and turn around and use those bodies to keep themselves in power. Just look at the 325,000 children who have gone missing. Maybe we should be keeping that body count on the news. Vegas, Nevada. I respect you so much because I lived here. I bartended at the Wynn. I know that you're a 24-hour city. The people don't know when they're not from Nevada. They think, oh, are there schools there? And there's families here. There's patriotic families here who are the best at what they do. They're the best chefs. They're the best salespeople. They're the best real estate people. They're the best performers. Because we all saw, and we can all see what can happen on election night. We need to make sure that we put the pressure on, we do not let up, and we make this an overwhelming majority vote for Donald Trump. I'd like to just share a couple quotes that I think are pretty, things that I like. I'm skipping a couple pages here because I know that I think Trump's going to come on. There's this quote that I think is very appropriate for what a lot of us in the room stand for. And I think it's from the Mr. Robot series, so let me read it for you. Some people are just born to fight, I think. It's not that they're born brave. It's not that they're born strong. It's just that the universe has decided that this one will have grit and fire and steel in their blood. And it'll be tested, this cosmic metal of theirs. They'll face trial after trial, be broken and damaged in countless ways, but this one was born to fight. Maybe it's not the life they would have chosen. Maybe they'd love to lay down their arms, but they were born to fight. It's what they know. It's what they do best. It's all they can do. I want to encourage you to never give up. Cast your vote. This is our first and most important step towards saving America. It is the healthiest act. It is the right thing to do, so we do not look back and say we didn't go through the motions of the best possible outcome. Don't get cocky. We've seen how easily votes can change in the middle of election night. Make this election overwhelmingly obvious. I truly hope this is the start of a great awakening and not a world where the puppeteers say, by 2030 you will own nothing and be happy. I'll leave you with a Bible verse that is much easier said than done, but I pray for the strength for us and for me to uphold it. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" And I said, "Here am I, send me." I 'Cause 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 '
for a historic landslide that actually unites this country. I'm listening to the old man, Joe Biden, the other day. What's he saying? Lock him up. I think, he wanted the Democrats to think he was talking about Donald Trump, but he was really talking about Barack Obama for getting him off the top of the stage. These people, I hope they learned their lesson, you know? You do it this badly. On November 6th, I hope they wake up and realize that identity politics never works in America. When you select somebody for their race and gender, it always ends up being a disaster. And I'm actually talking about Tim Walz this time, which is, it goes both ways. We're in the middle of a national identity crisis. I've said that since day one. We need a commander-in-chief who's going to lead us back to who we are. Faith in God, patriotism, hard work, family. These things have disappeared only to be replaced by these new religions of wokeism, or transgenderism, or climatism, or COVIDism. Depression, anxiety, fentanyl, suicide, you name it. We are hungry for what it means to be an American. What does it mean to be a citizen of this nation in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit. That the best person gets the job regardless of their skin color. That you get ahead of the United States, not in the color of your skin, but in the content of your character and your contributions. That's why we're done with the DEI regime, the Florida regime. That means I'm the country of the White House. It means we believe in the rule of law. And I say this like many of you in the audience. I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. And that is why we've had the largest influx of illegal aliens into this country in American history. We will have the largest mass deportation in American history. It means the people we elect to run the government ought to be the ones who actually run the government. Not the shadow government of the deep state three-letter agencies that's running the show today. So you want to talk about mass deportations? Yeah, we'll talk about the millions of illegals out of this country. But the second mass deportation we really need is millions of unelected federal bureaucrats out of the D.C. to secure in this country. We are in a war to revive them. And right now, more than ever, we need the commander-in-chief who will lead us to victory in that war. And that man is your 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, who we are sending back to the White House. If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump. If you want to grow the economy in this country, vote Trump. If you want to keep us out of World War III in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive national pride in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive our national identity in America, vote Trump. And if you want to make America great again, vote Trump. This man will be the one who actually unites. We don't have to be this nation in decline. We're not at the end of the ancient Roman Empire. We don't have to be. We still can be a nation in our ascent, but we're going to have to wake up and make it so. It's not happening automatically. We're counting on you to do it. Nevada, get out there. I got 3 words for you. Vote, vote, vote. Give it to you real straight. I don't like early voting. I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I think in this country we need single-day voting on Election Day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government issued ID that has to vote by, and English as the only language that appears on the ballot. That's what I think we need in this country. But in order to get there, we got to actually win the election. You have to be able to win by the rules we have in order to change them to what they should be. So this one time, I don't love it. But this one time, do what we need to do to win. Vote early, play by the same rules as the other side. We play to win this time. We're not messing around. We're not going to be victims. We are going to be victorious. That's what our founding fathers did. That's what we're about to do in 2024. You see, 2024 is our 1776. I'll tell you a story. A story about the Democrat-led media that called him a traitor. They called him a dictator. They said that he would be just an embarrassment on the world stage until a man took a gun and put a bullet in his body. And I'm actually talking about Abraham Lincoln. It's actually true. The first Republican president, it was the Democrat-led media that said those things about him 160 years ago, and yet here we are now. I truly believe Donald Trump is the George Washington of our moment. It is our 1776 in this country. There's not a lot of stuff everywhere too. Didn't look at George Washington just like it did for Donald Trump. But this is our last chance as a country. Especially my generation. I'm 37 years old. I was the youngest, I'm 39 now, I was 37 when I ran for US president as the youngest person ever to run for president as a Republican. And I'll tell you what's going on with our generation, right? We're lost. We're hungry for a cause, we're hungry for purpose and meaning and identity at a time in our history where we've lost the things that used to ground us. Right, so the left will feed us their poison of race, gender, sexuality, and climate. And on November 6th, when we wake up to run to our own vision. Individual, family, nation, and God. Each race, gender, sexuality, and climate. If we have the courage to stand for our own vision. We're not just running from something, we are running to something. So this year when we deliver, and I'm going to use the L word, deliver a landslide, I hope, God willing, on November 5th. And we wake up on November 6th to a new country. November 5th is not the destination, it is the start line. It is the start line for the revival of our country. If we don't get this before my kids are in high school, my oldest son's 4 years old. I was with him this morning before meeting with President Trump in Phoenix, and we came here. I'm going to be back with him tonight. If he's in high school before we get this right, I don't think we have a country. That's the time horizon we're working with. But this is our chance to do it. Donald Trump's going to do his part. I promise you that. Every one of the other people on the stage, they're going to do their part. But I'm now asking you to do yours. To make a sacrifice for our country in our hour of need, just like our founding fathers. There were 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence. I don't know what happened to them, we don't often ask. 12 of them had their homes ransacked and burned to the ground by the British. 5 of them were captured by the British and tortured until their deaths. 9 of them died in the American Revolution. 3 more of them had their own kids die in the American Revolution. They didn't do it for them. They did it for us so we could be here 250 years later, enjoying the blessings of liberty, the greatest nation known to the history of mankind. And I refuse to be the generation that squanders. We've been taught to celebrate our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways we are the same as Americans, bound by that common set of ideals. It is up to us to revive them. So 2024 is our 1776. We're going to fight for it. So we will look our kids in the eye and mean it when we tell them, you get ahead in the United States of America with your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication. And that you know what? You are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is what we're going to do. That is what we are going to do. That is what won the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War and World War I and World War II and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, and certainly not Kamala Harris or Tim Walz is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about, and that is what we will revive to save this great nation. Thank you all and your families. May God bless you.
Powerful again. We will make America wealthy again.
the truth is, we defeated ISIS 100% in record time. We have a great military. It's only the stiffs that talk like Millie and Mattis and these characters that are on television. They're a bunch of stiffs. Kelly, real stiffs. But we have great generals. We defeated ISIS in record time. They thought it was going to take 5 years. When I came in, we did it in a matter of weeks. So, like you fight, Jorge, just like you fight. That's the way we fight. And those guys are never going woke. You could put them in a woke cage for 2 years and open the door, they'll come out fighting. They'll come out. Our military is great, and they proved that with ISIS. Once they had somebody that knew what they were doing, they proved it. Nobody has a better military. I rebuilt the entire U.S. military. Unfortunately, we gave a lot of it, but still not very much, relatively. But we gave a lot of it to Afghanistan. What a mistake. What a bunch of dumps. Remember this? They took the military out first. No, you take the military out last. So stupid, so sad. 15, you take a look at what happened. 13 people died, great people. I got to know a lot of the parents and the family members of great people, and they are devastated, and especially because it should have never happened. We gave up billions of dollars of equipment. We left American soldiers behind, and we left Bagram, the air base, the great air base, one of the greatest in the world. And you know who occupies it now? I want it. I was keeping it. China occupies it now. 1 hour away. For 4 straight years, Kamala Harris has imported an army of illegal alien gang members and migrant criminals from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions all over the world, from Venezuela to the Congo in Africa. And she's resettled them into a community near you, isn't that lovely? And really did it, and they will prey on innocent Americans that have no idea what we're getting into. When we win on November 5th, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins. And one of the deadliest and most vicious migrant gangs that Kamala has allowed to come into our country through her stupid and ridiculous open borders policy is the savage Venezuelan prison gang. Isn't that nice that a bunch of guys got together in prison? It's named Tren de Aragua and is taking over all sorts of real estate and apartment complexes and unleashing a violent terrorist spree all over America, including Times Square in New York. Take a look.
Open borders, deadly consequences.
Border crisis, record high crossings are putting a strain on cities across America. It is a full-blown invasion.
Armed Venezuelan gang members storming an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado.
People talk about lack of crime. This is what they're talking about.
San Antonio, Texas, just one of the latest cities to have apartment complexes taken over by members of the Venezuelan gang.
Biden and Harris have created a program to bring them in under humanitarian parole.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented cross-borders criminals.
More than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been released into the United States.
My 20-year-old daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered in her own room. Kayla's murderer was apprehended by Border Patrol crossing illegally into the U.S.
Kayla's murderer had been improperly released into the United States.
Abolish ICE. Yeah, we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
More than a dozen people suspected of being Tren de Aragua gang members right here in San Antonio.
The gang members have been terrorizing the apartment complex.
New details of the murder of Lincoln Riley. The illegal immigrant suspect who cops say committed the heinous murder is a Venezuelan national.
And was paroled and released into the country by the Biden administration.
If they'd all been properly vetted, that's probably what happened.
2 men investigators say are in the country illegally from Venezuela are charged with capital murder and the death of Jocelyn Nungaray.
Martinez and Angel wrapped his arms around Jocelyn's neck, took off her pants, and climbed on top of her, later strangled Jocelyn to death, and then tied up her hands and feet.
Court documents suggest a group of men arrested for beating and robbing a Dallas woman last month are members of a Venezuelan street gang.
The man threatened to cut off her fingers if she did not cooperate. Manuel Hernandez was booked by Colleyville police just 2 days earlier. They have released the day before the robbery.
The Peruvian gang leader, who was wanted for 23 murders, was arrested by Border Patrol near Roma, Texas, then released into America.
And you know, Border Patrol, last week they endorsed me. They gave me a full, and they have every year since I've been involved in politics, every single year, but they're incredible people. But it wasn't the endorsement, it was what they said about her. They said she's the absolute worst thing that could happen to our country. And it's hard for them to say that. It's hard for them to say that. But they meant it. The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer. November 1st, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. We're going to get them out. Under Kamala Harris, 13,099, and this comes right from Border Patrol. And they never did this before. They never gave out these numbers, but they did now because they see it as so serious. 13,099 illegal alien convicted murderers. These are people in penitentiaries and jails, prisons, all over the world, are now on the loose in the United States of America. This summer, an illegal alien from El Salvador was arrested in West Virginia after going on a violent rampage in which he brutally beat a couple with a baseball bat so hard that the police said they'd never seen anything like it. Repeatedly over and over again, then stabbed a man and then murdered a West Virginia mother of two and lit the body on fire in a field. Kamala Harris released him into custody even though he was convicted of murder and a convicted sex offender. And this is a violent person who hit again numerous times. And under her theory, it's just fine, he can do whatever he wants. No, we can't do this anymore. Would anybody, I just happen to have it, and this is, has anybody heard the snake? Would you like to hear the snake? Sure. Because it's a nice evening. We have not, is there any place better than being at a Trump rally, the biggest rally, the greatest movement? We'll do the snake, yes? So this is a little play on words, not her kind of words, word salad. I don't like the term, but it's sort of true. It's terrible. I don't know what's going on in her mind. This is the snake, and this is really about illegal immigration and people that come into our countries that are murderers, killers, drug dealers, gang members, prisoners of the worst sort from all over the world. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you. Take me in, O tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and soon as she arrived, she found the pretty snake she'd taken had been soothed. Take me in, oh tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, cried the vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you truly would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying, thank you, man, the snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, but why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. And that's what we're doing. And ended up perfect.